Hello, friends. Imagine this. It's the 4th of November, 1914, and a British ship named Endurance is slicing through stormy seas, heading toward the most mysterious and deadly continent on Earth, Antarctica. Aboard the ship are 28 brave souls, led by the legendary explorer, Sir Ernest Shackleton. He had one audacious goal: to cross Antarctica on foot. No GPS, no modern equipment, no helicopters, no satellite phones. Just men, a ship, and an icy world where temperatures could drop to -50 degrees Celsius. Snowstorms raged endlessly, and survival was never guaranteed. Their plan: land on the Antarctic coast via the Weddell Sea, trek to the South Pole, and then cross to the Ross Sea. That's 2,900 kilometers on foot, roughly 120 days of walking, through one of the harshest landscapes on Earth. But as it often happens with nature, plans don't survive first contact with reality. By the 5th of November, 1914, Endurance reaches a whaling station on South Georgia Island, the last human settlement before Antarctica. Advisors warned Shackleton, the conditions are brutal, the ice impassable. But he pushed forward, his resolve unshakable. By the 5th of December, the ship moves into the Weddell Sea, only to face a nightmare. The ice is thicker and denser than anyone imagined. Still, Shackleton presses on. Then, the 18th of January, 1915, the ice traps the ship completely. Desperation begins. Crew members find a 15-foot chasm in the ice nearby, their last hope. Engines roar, men hack ice with tools, but Endurance won't budge. Slowly, the ice drifts, taking the ship 60 miles from their planned landing point, Vosel Bay. Winter comes, 24 hours of darkness, brutal cold, snowstorms. The ice presses on the ship like a vice. A photographer, Frank Hurley, captures haunting images of the crushing ice. By the 24th of October, 1915, the ice breaks part of the stern post. Water floods the ship. Men pump continuously for days, but it's futile. Finally, Shackleton makes a hard decision: abandon the ship. On the 27th of October, a loud crack and explosion. Endurance, their home for months, sinks into the icy Weddell Sea. Shackleton's dream dies with it, but the crew's survival is now paramount. Stranded on an ice floe, the men assess their meager supplies: 3 small boats, 1 sledge, a month's rations, and personal items. Many sleep on ice to stay warm. No one knows if they'll ever see another human being. Shackleton sets his eyes on Paulet Island, 550 kilometers across the icy ocean. Incredibly, 12 years earlier, rescue gear had been left there, purchased by Shackleton himself. Fate had a strange sense of timing. The men limit belongings to 2 pounds each. Dogs are sacrificed for food. Photographs by Hurley are reduced to 150 negatives. The journey begins, pulling heavy boats across soft ice. 1 mile takes 3 hours. The ice floe is named Ocean Camp, a temporary sanctuary. By the 21st of November, 1915, the rear of Endurance bounces violently before sinking completely. Shackleton and the crew watch their home disappear beneath the ice. Time passes. The ice floe drifts east. Food is scarce. Water is precious. Men melt ice with body heat. Shackleton rations everything but keeps spirits high. Don't worry, lads. There's enough food to survive. Mental strength becomes more important than physical strength. By the 7th of April, 1916, they spot Clarence Island, a beacon of hope, 83 kilometers away. But winds shift, the ice floe shrinks, and they're forced onto 3 small boats, navigating treacherous waters. One man falls into freezing water, nearly succumbing to hypothermia, but survives thanks to Shackleton's leadership. After weeks of battling storms, ice, and exhaustion, they finally reach Elephant Island on the 15th of April, 1916. Solid ground after 497 days at sea. Relief and disbelief wash over them. They are alive, but stranded. Shackleton faces a new challenge: how to rescue the 22 men left behind. Options are grim: Drake's Passage, Cape Horn, or South Georgia Island, to 1,300 kilometers away, across the roughest seas on Earth. He chooses South Georgia, taking 5 men in a tiny lifeboat. Rowing shifts alternate every 4 hours. Waves crash, storms rage, and darkness covers almost 20 hours a day. The men are soaked, freezing, vomiting, and exhausted. 3 weeks pass. At last, the 10th of May 1916, they land on South Georgia Island. But they are not done. The whaling station is across 10,000-foot mountains, never crossed before. Shackleton, Worsley, and Crean set off with no tents, no sleeping bags, only courage and determination. They climb, descend, and cut stairs into ice and rock. After 36 hours, they finally reach Stromness whaling station, the first humans to ever cross South Georgia on foot. Shackleton is recognized, cleaned up, and reunited with his men. But the rest of the crew remain on Elephant Island. Shackleton organizes their rescue after 3 failed attempts. Finally, on the 30th of August, 1916, he reaches Elephant Island with the ship Yelcho. Every single one of the 22 men survived. Every single man, against all odds, is alive. 27 men left Britain. 27 men returned. Not one life was lost. 106 years later, in 2022, researchers found Endurance in the Weddell Sea, remarkably preserved. A testament to an expedition that seemed doomed yet endured. A story of courage, leadership, teamwork, and indomitable human spirit. Friends, Shackleton did not achieve his original goal. But in surviving 2 years of unimaginable hardship, he and his crew accomplished something even greater.